Well, hello and welcome to another segment, or if you want to call it episode of Let's Talk Strategies with Danette Moss. And joining me here on our awesome show today is a fabulous woman. She is a woman of, let's say, health and wealth extraordinaire expert. Let me tell you, she got a bunch of titles I could put on her. But just for the sake of making sure you all know who she is, her name is Tanisha Stewart. She is the owner and the operator of Kid Fit LLC. You all are going to find out it's more than just a kid as well, that she can get fit, right? She has the passion for people. And some of her favorite people, y'all, they call her Coach T. Now, she is a lover of my best friend, who is Jesus Christ himself, and she helps executive moms lose up to 20 pounds in 90 days without all of those, faddish type diets and long hours in the gym. Now, I told you it was more than just kids, didn't I? Right? Because 90, how many pounds in 90 days? She's the woman for you. Tanisha is a certified personal trainer by the National Academy of Sports Medicine. Sister knows what she's doing, okay? She has that what she says they have a 100% success rate, and I've watched her. I know that her success rate is what it is because she shows up even for herself, very transparent. Y'all, she's also a youth exercise specialist and certified girls empowerment coach. I think she can coach us as grown women as well. Because listen, I done been in her presence. This is why she's on Let's Talk Strategies with Danette Moss. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring Coach T on in because y'all know I can talk, but I want you to hear from her herself. Welcome to Let's Talk Strategies. Coach T, how's it going, lady?
Oh my gosh, I am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm excited. Things are going well.
Great,
Things are
great,
well.
great. I'm excited to have you here because we are going to be talking about going from overwhelm to simplifying your health and wellness. Quite often, Coach T,
Yeah.
women in business and men in business, but I'm only going to be speaking to who I work with for the most part, right? But
Yeah.
quite often, we fail to remember that that's important. If our health is not together, if we're not well, health and wellness, there is no way that you can operate as a business owner. It's just no way. You're going to be all over the place. You're going to be frustrated, and things are just not going to work out. And
That's right.
I'm excited to have you here so that we can really, really, in my opinion, peel back the onion layer when it comes to this topic of health and wellness because there's so many myths and misconceptions, right?
Yeah.
There's so many, we got this diet, that diet, we got all of this stuff that we're faced with on a consistent day-to-day base, and people just don't really want to look at themselves.
That's correct.
We don't want to be honest about it. So let's go ahead because I like having conversation, and the
Yeah.
conversation can kind of come in the form of questions, but we're going to get down to the conversations piece of it as we go in. And I want to talk about first things first because oftentimes people don't think it to be a priority. Let's
Mhm.
talk about how individuals can effectively prioritize their health and wellness, especially with this busy schedule that we have. Because your girl got a busy one, right? How can we do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. So, I'm really passionate about helping people simplify it because usually you come into it thinking like, "Oh my gosh, I have to overhaul my life." Like that's the thought process. That may not be the words that people use, but they're feeling like it's this grand undertaking and they have to get ready for it. And oh my gosh, I can start on Monday because somehow over the weekend there's going to be all this magic that happens that gets you ready for Monday. And for me, I was in corporate America for 14 years. I was the chick that was trying all the fad diets. I did the Beyonce lemonade diet, right? Because everybody's trying to look like Beyonce. I did all the things. If you thought of it, I tried it. I've counted points. I've tracked calories. I've all the stuff that really caused more stress, more weight gain, all of the things. And so I knew, like, okay, there has to be another way. Has to be another way. And so after I transitioned from being in corporate America to education, And then there's mom saying, "Hey, can I help? How can you help me lose the weight?" I'm having to use what I know, right? Which is that it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be strenuous. You can really prioritize it very simply. And what I like to do is give people the tools to do that in 30 minutes, 3 times a week. And that's it.
But you know,
You don't
you
you
make it
have to
pretty
be in
easy.
the gym for hours.
That's it. And and we for whatever reason, we have been, this has been given to us mentally. Now, I do believe in exercise,
Yeah.
right? But when we look at the schedule that we have as busy moms,
Yeah.
I've had people tell me they don't necessarily like the word busy, but I went back to it because reality is reality.
Yeah.
As mothers, we are busy.
Yeah.
We are operating our households. Some of us are single, some of us are married. We're running the household, we're running businesses. Some of
Mhm.
us are working full-time jobs and doing this business thing.
Mhm.
That's busy,
It's a
you
lot.
know. And oftentimes we will definitely put that part of our life on a back burner,
Yes.
unfortunately, right?
Yes. Because it seems like a major undertaking. And then the thing about that as well is when we are busy, when we're running businesses, when we're, hitting the corporate pavement, we have enough on our plate. We're taking care of kids, we're taking care of other people's kids, we're taking care of everybody, friends, life is lifing all the time. And who are we most likely to cancel on? What appointment are you most likely to cancel? The one that you set for yourself, with yourself, where you're only accountable to you. We are most likely to set ourselves aside because we'll come back to it. Oh, I'll do it later. Right now I have to take care of my mom, my kids, my friends. I got to do all that. I'll come back to me. I'll start next week. And next week never seems to come. And so if we prioritize it in a way that's simple, it makes it easier. Because we can always, we can do the 7 habits, we can do all the things, schedule the big rocks, whatever language you want to use, it still comes down to you being really able to prioritize it in a way that makes sense for you. And for me, and for my clients, and for the ladies that are searching for me and have probably found me right here with the strategy lady, it can be simple. It can literally be 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week without you having to take long strides to get there. And I think that people just really need to know that. They really need to know that it does not have to be difficult.
Well, I love how you broke down some things. You immediately went into strategy.
Yeah.
When I spoke to you and had my kind of brief, interview thing, whether you knew I was interviewing you or not, that's what I did, right?
I did not know.
Yeah. I think about strategy. I think about implementation.
Yeah.
And most people will be wondering, why are you having her here?
Yeah.
Again, because how can you run a business if you're not healthy?
You
Right.
can't.
And
Not effectively.
not effectively. And I think about the days that I'm here at my desk, sitting here all day long, and I'm wondering why my joints are hurting. What I'm eating, I'm just sitting here, I'm just picking up. Even though I've been vegan for years and I eat certain things, but vegans can eat wrong too,
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
way, right?
Everyone can.
And
Hmm.
and so I was thinking about, I know when I speak to you that we would be on the same page because you just talked about not needing a lot of hours in the day to do it. But
Yeah.
if you implement and you put time blocking, things in place
Yeah.
for it,
Yeah.
you have to set aside the time for yourself. So
Yes.
time blocking, I believe is so important for me. If I carve out the time to exercise, if I can put my meal plan in motion, that's
Hmm.
very helpful. And when I think about self-care activities, just figuring out ways that I'm not stressed out, not
Yeah.
stressing myself out because I will what I call stress eat,
Hmm.
right? And you
It's a
really
real thing.
you have to watch yourself with that. So if you implement time blocking, set aside some time, right? Think about how many times a week, as you mentioned, that you
Hmm.
think you should exercise, right? And make sure that you don't have all of this planned when it comes to the exercise phase and forget that eating should be coupled with it.
Yeah.
Eating properly. This is why I mentioned meal planning, right?
Yeah.
With it. And I know watching you online that is a major thing that people really, really need to me, couple them together.
Yeah.
What's your thought on that when it comes to meal planning and setting aside that time?
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about that, but I wanna go back just a little bit to when you're talking about time blocking and managing your business and what you do day to day effectively. I wanna go, is that okay if I go back there? I have one of my newest clients, and I want to talk about the whole person because my program is for the whole person, and I feel like people should take the approach with their health and wellness, not just for exercise, but for you as a whole individual, right? So we exercise 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week. But we also have a check-in process. And like, what does that even mean? Are you wanting me to weigh in and do all that? Nope, we're not on the scale. We're not taking, the scale and looking at it as our only measure of health and wellness. What we're doing is we're talking life, right? So when she came to me, she said, "Hey," I asked her, "What are your goals? Next 30 days, what are you trying to do?" Well, she wanted to have a promotion at work. She wanted to increase her pay. She wanted to increase her stock options, all these things. And I'm like, okay, we're going to get there. And because I was in that space, I help you devise whatever the plan is that you need to get there. So, what happened? Not only did she tone up, but she also came back and said, "Hey, I got the promotion." She increased her salary by 15K, doubled her stock options to 25K, got a 10% bonus in addition to her already bonus structure. She is winning. And when I asked her, what can you attribute our program and your success with work to? How does that connect? Can you attribute any of our work together? And she was like, absolutely. My thoughts were clearer. I had more clarity. I had the confidence that I needed to walk into that space and own it. Because, of course, what am I telling her? Girl, you better walk in and own it. When is the interview? I'm My program is Pray Shed Win. So I'm praying with her before she goes in, and
Yeah,
I'm saying, "Hey, Lord, give us favor with you and favor with man." And
that's
then she walks in and she owns it. So when we talk about life and being able to do it and do it well, and how that connects with your health and wellness, just from your 30 minutes of exercising with me, or exercising in general. Look, you don't have to do it with me, but you have to make your health and wellness a priority. So when we talk about meal planning and prepping, that
mhm.
aligns as well because she's sending me like, "Hey, this is what I'm eating." Not everyone has to do that, but if that's your priority, we talk about what your priorities need to be because stress eating is a real thing. So she's sending me what she's eating. I'm telling her to eat more. Say, what? The coach is telling the client to eat more? Absolutely. Because if I see you're not getting enough protein in, girl, you can't be just sitting here walking around eating blades of grass thinking that your life is going to get better. I need you to take care of yourself. And sometimes that means eating more, and not just more in general, but more of the right things. And so when you are meal planning, meal prepping, start simple. Have a strategy. I suggest choosing your snacks for the week.
Okay.
Now, as one of my friends said, she started making her snacks and eating all the snacks. Don't do that. Don't eat all the snacks as you're making the snacks. Create your snacks one day at a time or at one point for the next 5 days,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then set it aside. Start small. You may not be ready to grab the bull by the horns, as they say, and meal prep your snack, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. That can cause overwhelm and stress. Stress
Mhm.
increases your cortisol levels. Cortisol levels are high. You got those love handles in the middle. You don't need all that right now.
Girl,
That's
that
not what
stuff
we're
is
trying to
right
do.
there, Jesus.
So just scale it back, create your strategy. I recommend start with your snacks. And then after you feel like you have a good handle, now why are snacks important? I'm gonna back up there too. If you're at the office or even if you're at home and your pantry is stocked, if you have your snack prepped and ready, you're not as likely to grab the honey bun. You're not as likely to grab, whatever it is, the chips that you have packed away for the kids because no, I put this in a cute little baggie for me.
Mhm. Mhm.
This is my snack. I'm gonna hold true to it. You're less likely to grab something else. And if you do, you're making a conscious decision to go against what you have prepared for yourself, right?
You know,
And there's
I truly believe that. I really
yeah,
do. When I think about the decisions that I've been making or that I do make, whether I'm sitting in my home or if I'm out and about, especially living the plant-based lifestyle.
yeah.
you know, pulling over. I mean, I have those days where I feel like I'm just hangry, and it's
Mm.
very rare. You know how they say hungry and angry,
Oh
and it's
yeah.
very rare that I can even get to that. I know people that really struggle in that area. For me,
Hmm.
I don't necessarily get that way, but if I feel like I didn't nurture my body the right way right out the door, start out with my water and all kind of different things, then I start craving things that I used to eat or things that are not really, really good. And then I have to stop and think, what did I introduce back into my
Hmm.
diet that has me, feeling the way that I feel, that had me pull over and go get a bag of Lay's potato chips that I
Yeah,
know is not good for me, right?
yeah. Or what is your body deficient in that's
That's
causing
it.
this craving?
That's it. That's it. Right. So thinking about those key things, and my husband, he likes the hummus. I love hummus too. The celery and all those different things. But finding the right ones or making my own. I found that in preparing my snacks, that the processed stuff just doesn't work for my body. I end up
No.
staying a lot more hungrier later on, and I eat more, and then I'm eating all day, so my body's resetting over and over and over again, which is
Hmm.
another issue. I mean, I know we can talk about that a whole nother day, but just thinking about when we prepare our food, paying attention to what we put in there, and starting small, like you said,
Yeah.
not giving yourself anxiety because you feel like everything has to be perfect, because you may have those slide off days, but when you
Right.
have it, you're going to take note of it, and it's going to make you really, really think about what it was that you chose to do to take
Yes.
you off path, because everything we do has every bit to do with choice, right?
Absolutely.
Has every
Absolutely.
choice. I appreciate you for that. Just kind of letting us know. Start small. Let's not try to do with the whole, I got my snacks, I got my dinner, I got my breakfast and my lunch. Now, some people have to do that because when their health is out of whack all the way, sometimes if it's time to save your life, then
Hmm.
Coach T may tell you to do that, right? But then
Right.
others, there's a process to everything.
The process.
It took you how many years to get where you are?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
going to be an overnight
That's
journey.
correct.
So now let's talk about this other piece of the puzzle that I think so many people kind of forget about or don't consider when it comes to health and wellness. And that's this thing called sleep,
Mm.
right? And
It's
I
important.
know oftentimes with the sleep, we talk about diet and we talk about exercise. We're going to go deeper into the exercise piece too in a little bit, but
Yeah.
the sleep side, how can an individual literally simplify their sleep routine or that sleep pattern, that overall piece of the puzzle? I know for me, if I don't at least get, 6 to 8 hours of sleep, forget it. And in most cases, honestly, I need more than six,
Hmm.
because my body is just like, I can lay down at 10, but if I lay down at 10, my body's still going to probably my brain is still going to probably about 11.
Yeah.
Right?
I call it mommy brain.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about, you see me like this, thinking about all
Hmm.
these different things, just everything is all over the place. What strategies can we as individuals and as mommies that have mommy brain,
Yeah.
strategies do you recommend we can put in place to simplify our sleep routine?
Yeah. So first things first, I want you to take a look at what time you have to get up. And then I want you to calculate how many hours you need to sleep before that alarm goes off. And know about yourself. If you are going to take an hour to wind down, you have to backtrack or backlog or backwards plan how many hours you need and what your bedtime needs to be. And with that bedtime, I literally have an alarm on my phone. My alarm goes off at 8 o'clock, and it's a nice, peaceful ringtone at 8 p.m. And it says set intentions, right? And so it's telling me that if there's something else that I did not accomplish today that is on my to do list that causes that mommy brain, I'm putting it down on my list of to do for tomorrow because what's going to happen is I'll be fresher tomorrow than I am right now trying to get it all done before I go to bed. It'll take me 20 minutes longer to think it through, to get it done. And then tomorrow, look at it and it's not done at the best level. And then I have to redo it anyway. So just write it down. And I'm setting intentions. I'm also making sure that I have some prayer time, some meditation before I go to bed, getting myself in a state of rest, making sure there are no screens on. If you use your phone as your alarm, that's one thing. But going all through all your Facebook messages, checking with all the people that you need to follow up with for business, doing all of those things are not setting your intentions for rest.
I'm just sitting here smiling because I think about how much light disrupts your sleep, right?
Absolutely.
Think about it, the hotels when you go to, they have those, the curtains up that cancel out the light,
Yep.
the part on the back and all those
Mhm.
different things. And, you know, now I can listen to music while I'm sleeping, but it cannot be loud. But if somebody's like watching a talk show or my husband is listening to 3ABN or something biblical and they have
Yeah.
a whole message, that bothers my sleep because it's like
Yeah.
somebody's talking
Yeah.
nonstop. It's like, oh, I can't do that. Now, music,
Yeah.
I'm fine. So, but doing everything that we do, even when it comes to sleeping with intention, is very important. But you said something else that really, really, really just kind of spoke to me. And, the fact that even in that we plan, your alarm goes off at a certain time.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
strategic.
Yeah.
That's
A
strategy.
strategy.
Mine
Yeah.
pop up too. Right? Mine
Yeah.
pop up and it tells me, what time you need to go to sleep. It's here. I got it all programmed in this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I have to be intentional about following it.
Exactly.
Whew. And when my husband is here and not away at our home in New York, when he's here, he's been making it real. What time are we quitting today?
Yeah.
Are we done at 8 o'clock today?
Yeah.
Are we doing
Yeah.
this? How are you doing that?
Accountability.
Are you going to? Are we laying down at 10?
Yeah.
These key things that again, so having that accountability partner or someone else that you can reach out to that kind of help you,
Mhm.
stay on top of that, it makes life so much more easier. But you also mentioned something else that really stood out to me. You start looking at setting your intentions. You start looking at the things that you completed or didn't get a chance to complete, right?
Yeah.
That's like looking at your to-do list,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
oftentimes we put too much on our list that we know we're not going to finish.
That's correct.
You know you're not going to finish it. So for me, when I do things with intention, I always encourage them to even mark next to or mark somewhere on that paper what it is that you're going to keep. So I say, keep it, pause it, scrap it, delegate it.
Yes.
It is behind all of
Yes.
them, right? What am I keeping? What am I
Yes.
pressing the pause button on? I know I need it, but it is not priority. A
Yeah.
prioritized to-do list, a
Yeah.
prioritized intention list, right?
Yes.
Because we do so much busy work, which
Mhm.
causes us to mess with our health as well.
Mhm.
We'll sit here. I could sit here all day, have my bottle. We got a machine here with our water, and
Yeah.
I just fill it up, right?
Yeah.
This will be right here, and I'll be busy, and I'll sit here, and it's still right here all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So even in my to-do list, my
Mhm.
automated or written down, sometimes I think it's okay to even write in time to drink water, have an alarm set.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I encourage that. When my clients tell me they're struggling to drink water,
Let me get
I
some.
say, take out your phone,
Mhm.
set an alarm for every hour on the hour. It could even sound like a waterfall or raindrop or something. And when it goes, you keep working, you drink 8 ounces, 1 cup. That's it.
Mhm.
1 cup of water every hour on the hour. And if you work a 10-hour day, which is a long day, you'll have 80 ounces done by the end of your day.
Wow. You know what? I didn't think about it like that. Now I
Mhm.
have that where I know about it, but girl, I'll just forget and do different things. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have that water on. But then listen, I'm 55. You start turning water, I feel like I gotta go use the bathroom.
Yeah, that too. Take care of yourself. However, you need to take care of yourself. It's not gonna take you that long to be in there. And I've had that same challenge too. I'm like, I can't drink too much today because I'll have to go to the bathroom. But your body needs to eliminate waste. So You
So,
drink your water.
so Coach T, what is a good time to use that you recommend on the topic of water,
Yeah.
of agua?
Agua.
What do you recommend in reference to, like, because like, let's say if I go to bed at 10 p.m.,
Yeah.
if I don't drink a certain amount of water, then all of a sudden I'm thirsty in the middle of the night. Now I'm getting up all night to use
Yeah.
the bathroom. So my sleep is broken.
Your sleep is broken.
What's the basic time, or what's the base time frame you think one should stop drinking so that you don't have to get up and use the bathroom all night and break the sleep? Have you looked into
I
that?
it's gonna depend on the person,
Oh,
right? Um, I rule of thumb is a couple of hours before you go to sleep, right? But most people are still going to get up. I am going to get up. It doesn't matter what time I stop drinking water. I'm going to get up in the middle of the night. But I also have a very, very magical skill of sleepwalking to the restroom and back. So I'm not fully awake. And my kids and my loved ones find it hilarious that I could literally sleepwalk to the toilet and back, and I'm still in a state of sleep. I'm not in REM sleep, but I'm in a state of sleep and I go right back immediately. Most people don't have that luxury. Um, and my nutritionist would say it doesn't matter what time you stop drinking,
mhm.
you should be able to last all night without getting up and going to the restroom. So it really depends on your body. I don't think that all of our bodies are made the same and we have the same, because I'm like, what did you say, doctor? There's no way we cannot make it all night. But he says you should be able to make it all night. That's not my life. It does not. I can stop drinking right now and not drink anything else the rest of the day, which I will not do for the record. But I will still have to get up about 2:33 a.m. and go to the restroom. I don't know. That's just the way my body is.
That natural
But
alarm. Then I'm
yeah,
going, maybe God is waking me up because it's time to do Bible study early. I don't know. But listen,
that too.
no,
But rule of thumb would, I would say, a couple hours before you go to sleep to give your body time. But that just may not be your story. So I don't want you to get off. Coach T said that if I stop drinking water at 8 and I go to bed at 10, that I won't have to get up and go to the bathroom, and I'm still going to the bathroom. I'm not telling you that because I still go to the bathroom.
I get it. I wouldn't dare put that on you, dear. I wouldn't
Yeah,
dare put that on you. Let me
yeah,
tell you, it has truly just been just a breath of fresh air to talk about the topic that a lot of people try to get around. We talk about
yeah,
diet. We
yeah,
talk about, this thing of, our New Year's resolution of, saying I'm gonna go exercise and all of that. And we
yeah,
start for a minute. But, the reality is not many people have the tenacity or the stick to itness, right? And all these
yeah,
different things. And we've already addressed, you know, when we make the decision, because it is all about choice, right, Coach T?
yeah.
To, eat right, to take care of our body, then,
Hmm.
as we write these things down, write the vision and make it plain. So then the seed can run with it. You got to see it first, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Even in the health and wellness piece, we
yeah.
have to be honest about where we are so that we can
Mm,
know what it is we need to do, where it is we're going. Even in that keep it, pause it, delegate it or scrap it mode, we have to be honest when it comes to our health and our wellness.
that's right.
Do I need to keep eating this or do I need to
Right,
scrap that because it's killing me?
right.
Right?
Do I need to keep trying on my own, or do I need to call Coach T?
That's it. Get someone that can help you
Yeah,
stay the course so
yeah.
that you can know what it is you need to do. There's a lot of fundamental things that we just don't know, and we wonder why we keep going through, the same things, in this vicious circle. Even down to, again, when we talk about what we're eating, making sure we don't get that processed food, right?
Mhm,
Making sure
mhm.
that we take the time and we get those fruits, those veggies. We do these
Yeah,
things that are so important that will fuel us, right, throughout
right.
the day. If I'm
Yeah,
eating a bunch of junk, I'm lethargic.
yeah,
I can't think straight. I'm
yeah.
all over the place and I'm frustrated. And guess what? Now I'm even more hungry.
Right, right. We have to eat to live instead of living to eat.
I like that one. I like
Yeah,
that one. I do truly like that one. Now, let's talk about the fitness piece that we know oftentimes a lot of people forget about that fitness piece.
yeah.
How can individuals literally simplify a fitness routine, right, and still achieve the health goals, not overdo it? My struggle right now, Coach T, is that I'm not big, right? Now,
Nope. You're
if you had
perfect.
seen me about 6 months ago, I was a little chunkier, but I wasn't big. And I
Mhm.
miss that weight. I miss
Yeah.
her. I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But my problem is this gut right here. People may not see it, but when I'm walking, I'll walk like the model that I used to be and hold my stomach in. And then
Mm.
home, right?
Mm.
You can't
Mhm.
tell because people don't understand that skinny people have fat parts, right?
Mm.
They
Mhm.
don't get it. We have things that are out of order, and there's some routines in it. But as you answer the question,
Yeah.
my fear has always been, and when I look at your program on LinkedIn, I said, you know what? I I think her program will be good for me, but I really don't want to lose weight. And that's the
Yeah.
hard part. When you start dealing with certain areas, you start losing in other areas.
Mhm.
I just want
Mhm.
to tone. Give
Yeah.
us some advice on that. How can we simplify this fitness routine and still achieve our health goals, but not look like a lollipop, a stick on the head? Talk
Yeah.
to me, girl.
Yeah. So there are always strategies. There's always a strategy. There's always a strategy. And exercise is not just about losing weight. You can exercise to get stronger. You can exercise to build stamina. You can exercise to increase or improve your heart health. There are so many things that you can do. So, number one, I always recommend is what is your favorite thing to do? What do you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy dancing? Do you enjoy walking? Doing you enjoy aerobics? Do you enjoy lifting weights? Like if your goal is to just get started, to just move, you can do that easily by just choosing your favorite thing to do and going on from your favorite thing. If you are trying to gain weight, then the minimum thing you'll have to do is increase your protein, right? And increase some of your strength training, and you can build muscle mass that helps you to tone. And finding a strategy for that. Like, how many days a week am I committed to taking care of myself? And during that time, knowing that you don't have to do it all day, but there are certain things that you can do throughout the day that can help you attain that goal. So, finding your favorite is absolutely the simplest thing to do. The first thing I always recommend is what is your favorite thing to do? And then we build from there. And if you don't have a favorite thing and you're just like, I just need someone to tell me what to do, that's okay too. That's
Mm,
why our coaches are here. But you can easily start moving just by moving, right? And we're not all supposed to be the same size. We're not even supposed to be the same size we were 10 years ago because you're in a whole different in a whole different
I'm, I'm,
era.
I'm kind of back to my high school thing, almost, almost.
Yeah, you can be, but your goal is to be the healthiest and best version of you that you can be, right? It's not about anything other than that. And so if you have areas that you are targeting, we have to think about why those areas are. Like if we're not getting enough sleep and we have that visceral fat or belly fat, then sometimes we can attribute it to that. It could just be that you need to go to bed.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't think about it like that. Like, oh wow. Here I am and I deal with, when I used to go to Planet Fitness and I used to go to Lifetime, it was either one extreme to the next. Planet Fitness, the cheaper brand, Lifetime, real expensive,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
All these different things that you're doing. And then you deal with a coach and they tell you, okay, we need to get some high intensity intervals in. We need to get some circuit training in. We need to get all these different things in. And do you know what had me drop my weight? Walking.
Walking. And do you enjoy walking?
I enjoy walking, but I lose a lot of weight walking.
Yeah,
So I have
walking
to
is
have to back
so
up.
simple. It's very simple to do. And not only will it help you with weight loss, but it helps you with heart health too,
I
which we
lost a
need as we get older.
lot of weight doing that, though, and I had to stop. I had to pause on the amount of days.
Yeah.
There was at one point, my husband and I, we were riding our bikes for like 23 or 26 and a half miles,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
those different things. Now, I enjoy doing that, but I had to build back up to that.
Yes. That's a different level of stamina and endurance. The
Yeah,
riding
but
bike.
but
Yeah.
walking was a thing that I enjoyed doing. Now, I come from a background of running track and training for the
Mhm.
Olympics. I come from that
So
hard.
you have muscle memory too.
And the doctors, as soon as they see me, oh, we know what's wrong with you. You used to work, you used to be athletic. You can just look at your body.
And that's why walking worked so quickly for you because it's called snapback. It's like, oh, we're going back to what we get. Okay, well, let's get on board. And
Wow.
so you start walking, that body is going to get in alignment with what it knows. Yeah.
Mm. Just didn't, think about it. Okay, so there's just some things that we just have to do, and sometimes it's just right off the rip.
Yeah.
Time to hire a coach sometimes, right?
Sometimes,
It's
sometimes
just
you just need a coach.
it's just that life. Just
And
that life.
not all the time. Because sometimes you could just start walking and that's,
Mhm.
but are you doing it? And is it giving you the results that you so desire?
That's the thing. You said sometimes, right? We think about, especially in this day and age where we are right now,
Mhm.
we are in a space where we've got people giving us information from every which direction,
Yeah.
information overload,
Yes.
right? Not knowing the best choices,
Mhm.
and like you said, sometimes you may need to do this and that. And I'm going, that's got to be difficult for
Yeah.
some people that just don't know, is this the time I should do it? Or is this the time I shouldn't?
Yeah.
How can one or how can an individual really make a great or the best informed choice, right,
Yeah.
on this thing that we need to deal with called health and wellness without overwhelming ourselves, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It can be really simple. I always tell people, your first line of thought should be, what is my doctor saying? Is my doctor saying that I'm able to work out? Is my doctor saying that I need to work out? Is my doctor telling me that I'm overweight, underweight? Is my doctor telling me that my blood work shows this, that, or the other? Because even when you come to a coach, before you get started with a program, I have to see that your doctor clears you for exercise. So, what is your doctor saying? Right? And then that simplifies it, you know, from massive thoughts to just, oh, my doctor says I need to
Mm,
do this. And
mm,
so then, what I offer and what most coaches offer, good ones, are clarity calls. And the purpose of a clarity call is not to sell you anything, it's to get clear on what your needs are, what your hopes and dreams are, what your goals are, and whether or not that coach, that person, has programming that meets your needs. And the other part of that too is sometimes they can give you some tools, some tips, or resources that you can employ on your own that can help you get there. You then decide, is this better for me to have the accountability with the coach? And so there's clarity there, right? And instead of like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get on the phone with, I don't want to call anybody, I don't want to talk to anybody because they're just going to try to sell me something. Clarity is clarity. You're getting clarity.
all day
Sometimes,
long.
all day long. Sometimes I've actually had clarity calls with potential clients, and I've told them my program is not a good fit for you.
Love it. Love it.
And
Honestly, it's not
and
about
that's,
greed.
yeah, I don't need your money. I desire your results. And
That's
if I know that my program is not what you need, that's going to take my 100% success rate down. And I ain't trying to do that.
I
I
love
can
it.
connect you with another coach. I can give you some other resources. I can tell you someone that may be better suited to serve you or
Mhm.
meet your needs. But that is the purpose of clarity calls. And if you've had an adverse experience with a coach or with someone that said they wanted to talk with you to see what you needed to provide clarity and they didn't follow through, then I hate that for you. But a true clarity call should be one where you can simplify your thoughts, someone who can synthesize the information that you give, someone who can connect to what you're saying,
Mm.
provide you some tools and resources, even if it's another coach or another program that may be better suited for you.
I love that because when we think about clarity call, as a business strategist, business consultant, or
Yeah.
coach, it all starts with the clarity piece. It
Yeah.
starts with the mindset.
Yes.
Clarity deals with all of that, right?
Yes.
And so where I'm getting ready to go because when we talk about it, because the fact that you can sit here as a coach and speak from that space, one, I
Yeah.
definitely respect you for that because
Yeah.
oftentimes people don't. They think about the money, and then you
Mm.
don't have the success rate that we know you really truly need to have, not just for you, but then the
Yeah.
individual needs to be successful
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
journey that they're on with you. And I
Right.
really truly believe that the mindset piece, the mental
Mm-hmm.
health piece, deals a
Mm-hmm.
lot with it because at the top of our conversation, I talked about, stress eating, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How, you know, mental health really could really put you or have you in a stuck place.
Yes.
and you can't move forward. You know you need to do these things, but yet you keep doing the same stuff that you know is killing you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what guidance can you give us on that? How can an individual even simplify that piece? I mean, you mentioned that if the person is not for you, you give
Mhm.
them the help to go to someone else.
Mhm.
But oftentimes people are in denial
Absolutely.
to a lot of different things. You know, they do one thing good and then they do another to cancel things right off
Yeah.
the rip. And I think that deals a lot with mindset. Any
Mhm.
thought on that and how we could really shift our mind and pivot differently?
Yeah, yeah. One of the first lessons, so my program is 90 days, 12 weeks, 3 months, but however you wanna slice it in your brain. And our first week, our first lesson, in addition to exercising with me, I actually have a course that my clients take. And the first lesson is on goals, mindset, and prayer. So that first week, they they sit down and they have to take that in, and we talk about our goals together and what they entail. And a lot of times, of course, we're talking about weight loss or weight gain or, toning or strength or whatever, but there are always goals that require a shift in mindset. When we're talking about promotions at work, job things, we're talking about parenting sometimes. Sometimes my clients are dating after divorce, different things that require a shift in mindset. And it requires a prayer life, it requires some meditation. If you need therapy, we talk about that. Like there are just different pieces that are affected. Your overall health and wellness is affected by you having your mindset, your mental health, and clarity in those areas. You will be able to determine if you have not already. By working with me, we get there because I'll say, okay, when's your next appointment with your therapist? And it's not even an area where, someone feels attacked or how dare you say I need to go to therapy? Baby, we all need therapy in Jesus. So we all need it. We all need therapy in Jesus. And if you're coming to me and you're in denial, you will not be in denial because we all need therapy in Jesus. Did I say we all need therapy in Jesus? We all need therapy in Jesus.
Hello.
So we get to a space where we talk about what your thoughts are, why your thoughts are what they are.
Mhm,
Sometimes we're dealing with trauma. Sometimes we're dealing with childhood trauma, hurt,
mhm.
church hurt, marital hurt, relational hurt. And if you are still holding on to those things, that's stress. What is stress doing? Impacting your health and wellness. So we have to get to the root of all of those things so that we can progress in not only in my program, but you can just progress in life. So making sure that you have a handle, and you've probably heard people say, oh man, I was so stressed out. I went and exercised and I feel so much better. Or I took a walk and I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Or I took some time to just sit down and rest and I feel so much better. All of those things are things that your body is telling you that it needs. And you just have to respond to the call.
Gotcha, gotcha. It's so real, and I can vouch for that. When I was really going through a very stressful time in my life, going to the gym away from my house helped me a whole lot. Now
Yeah.
we've got different machines around here and everything, and I never really got on them. But
Yeah.
removing myself out of different environments and placing myself somewhere else gave me a chance to shift my mindset, and also gave me a chance to just work out, do something different, which for me, I needed that, right?
Yeah.
And then there's times where, some of us, we may need it or want it, and maybe sometimes we can't afford it.
That's
So this,
correct.
so this is going to kind of come up on our last question of the day before I
Yeah.
get a chance to get you to tell us how we can hang out with you and all your programs and all of that. I'm really curious to know what are some effective strategies that one could take or do to simplify and declutter our living space, right? To promote a
Mm,
healthier environment. What
mhm.
can we do to balance things out at home if need be?
Yeah. So get stuff out of the way. Like we talk about decluttering. My exercise program is live 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Zoom, early morning. I exercise in my bedroom. I literally get out of bed, and at the foot of my bed, I have a space set up for me to exercise. I have my MacBook set up, and I do it in my room. One of the things that gives brings me joy, and I'm trying to parent this way as well so my kids can understand they're all stressed out. I'm like, "Is your bedroom clean?
Yeah,
If
real
if
deal.
you can't get in the door, then you're stressed out because
Oh,
stuff is
I tell
everywhere."
my husband that all day long. I cannot stand it. We walk through the door and you walk in the clutter. It
Mhm.
immediately messes with my mind. I,
Immediately.
it makes me kind of like makes me. It's a depressing feeling. It's an
It is.
overwhelming feeling. Like I'm outside. I'm leaving because everything is. I don't have to see the stuff. I come home.
Yep.
I start picking it up. Then we start putting stuff back down. That drives me. It does not. It really messes with all of
Yeah.
me.
And
Right.
it can increase your weight. It can cause weight gain. Stress is tied to weight gain. For some people it's weight loss, but it affects your weight. Stress affects your weight, right? So if you just take, and here's the strategy. You're talking to the strategy lady. 20-minute timer. Just 20 minutes. And you don't I know that if your home is in disarray, 20 minutes may not be what you need. But you could, well, I'm saying 20 minutes is what you need. You may need more than 20 minutes, is what I'm saying. But at a time, 20 minutes. And you would be amazed at what you could accomplish in 20 minutes. Go in your bedroom, set the timer 20 minutes, turn on your favorite music, and get going. And after that timer is up, you have a choice. You can set it again for 20 minutes, or you can say, I'm done for the day and I'll do it again tomorrow. If it's your day for the kitchen, like I have a cute little pink sticky note in my kitchen for the kids to know Monday is kitchen, and you're cleaning the kitchen every day after you cook. But I'm just saying a deeper thing. Monday's the kitchen rehaul, Tuesday's the living and dining, Wednesday we're doing bedrooms, Thursday we're doing floors. So you have a different day where you set that timer and you get going. And that way
Systematic
it's
approach.
always going.
It's
Always
a systematic
going.
approach. Now we can't do ours Monday, this Tuesday. It has to be you got the kitchen for the whole week. You
Yeah.
got to live because it'll just be a nightmare. But what
However you need to do it. Yeah.
but what I'm loving about this is that our topic today is a topic that is something that a lot of people don't really think about, from overwhelm to simplifying your health and wellness.
Yeah.
And the question I just asked you was a question that was really, really an important one. We, for whatever reason, we don't we don't take and put in our mindset that clutter
Oh
can
yeah.
cause the weight of stress. It can cause
Absolutely.
all kind of different things going on with you. The mind to me, clutter, depending on how cluttered you are, that's an illness.
It
Something's
is.
wrong. You need to go get some help
Mhm. Yeah.
because it shows up. You got stuff about to fall all in on you because you just keep buying and buying and buying, or you just got stuff everywhere. It's a
Mhm.
mental thing. That's an illness. And it causes illnesses. Like I said, you can walk through the
Mhm.
house and immediately you got this
Yep.
whole new weight on you because you see all of this stuff.
Mhm.
Instead of what I always say to my family members, give it a home. So at least you have a home,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Then because that bothers me. It makes my chest tight. If I keep seeing this
Mhm.
way, now it's I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. So my mind,
Yeah.
all these different things. It really does. Simplifying and decluttering your space really,
Mhm.
really helps you. It creates more of a helpful environment in
It
my
does. And I mean, if you think about it, why do people get so excited about staycations? They're literally going to a hotel down the street because it's clean.
let me tell you, I love the instant sabbatical.
Yes. You don't have to worry about lifting a finger. Someone else is going to come in. It's already clean when you walk in. If you stay longer than a couple of days, they're going to come in and they're going to clean up after you. It create your home in such a way to where it feels like a staycation.
Love it, love it, love it. Well, Coach T, we can just sit here and really go on and on and on. And I appreciate you so much for
Thank
you
you for
for
having
stopping
me.
by here with Let's Talk Strategies with Danette Moss. I'm always excited where I can just kind of shift it a little bit and kind of twist it up a little bit, not just all about business, but here's the reality again. If we don't have good health, there's no way that we're going to have much wealth.
Yeah.
We're going to be all over the place. And this is why I was so gung ho and excited that you agreed to come on so that we can talk about from overwhelmed to simplifying your health and wellness. But I got to
Yeah.
ask you, what's next for you? What's going on? Any programs? Can we connect with you? On any, what's your favorite social medias? I know I got them up there, but let's talk about the programs, and then you tell us whatever else you think you need to tell us so we can give ourselves a checkup from the neck up.
Okay, check up from the neck up. So, and I'm going to give you a secret that no one else knows too. So, it's going to be one of those, you heard it here on Let's Talk Strategies first. But before, I'll tell you my signature program that I absolutely love, and it works, is Pray, Shed, Win. It's 90 days. It gives you an opportunity to exercise with me live 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we check in once a week and get all of the other things in check. Absolutely love that program. And it works. So you can, if you're interested in that, you can contact me on any Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn platform at KidFit LLC on Facebook and IG. And on LinkedIn, I am Tanisha Coach T Stewart. I I love supporting and serving and helping executive moms lose 20 to 30 pounds in 90 days without fad diets or long hours in the gym. Kids are welcome to exercise too if you see fit, but most moms feel like this is my time. I don't want them in my space, and that's okay too. So, my secret, are you ready? You ready for the secret? So I love being knowledgeable and being able to offer the best service for my clients. And so right now, I am in the middle of adding menopause coaching specialist certification as well to my plethora of knowledge. So if you are in that space where you're like, girl, did you say menopause? Yeah, you can reach out to me because I am adding some special touches to my program to make sure that my menopausal ladies can still live their best life as well, right? We can get our groove back and keep the groove.
Honey, because this personal summer right here,
Yes,
Father God, in the name of Jesus.
yes.
And I know for me, most of mine stir up since I was 42 and I'm 55 now, but a lot of
Yeah.
it has everything to do with my diet, the
Mhm.
sugars, the things
Mhm.
that I put in. When
Mhm.
I control that, it's not as bad, but I can tell when I'm
Mhm.
off the bandwagon. So
Yeah.
what did you now it's a secret and you let the cat out the hat.
She's like,
I'm
I'm ready. I want to talk more about it.
I'm talking about her secret. What do you call that program is going to be? Because I'm going to put it on the screen so they'll know. Coming
No,
soon?
it's not. It's going to be included in my program already. So we're talking added benefits to my signature program. Yeah,
Okay. And that's
yeah.
called menopause what?
I am. I will be a menopause coaching specialist. Yep.
Oh, yeah, girl. We need that in our life.
Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, I'll just be adding that to the knowledge. And so what it does is it gives me an opportunity to create even more value. And so yeah. And I don't have it finalized yet, so but it will
That's all
be.
right. It's, it's,
Yeah.
it's going to be done now. We put it out
Yes,
there,
it is done. It is done.
right?
Yes.
Because it's on there. Everybody's going to see it now. Too late.
Yes, my secret. Yeah, it'll be done this month, the month of July.
We need that. We need that in our life, to get that
Yeah.
balance, to do the
Yeah.
different things we need to do so we can get away from this hot flashing, find out the things we need to do, what it is we need to
Mhm.
do with our body to get things on the right track. Oh,
Yeah.
this has
Yeah.
been so exciting. I really,
I love
truly
it.
appreciate you for coming here on Let's Talk Strategies with Danette Moss.
Yeah.
And if you all are joining us here, we air every Tuesday at 12 noon. And then we have some other days that we will be doing some other special recordings and interviewing people as well. We show up here to give you the things that you really, truly need. And I like to say, in every show that I have, I am truly transparent at everything that I do. I like for you to see me, right?
Yeah.
Danette Moss, the strategy lady. And I like to interview or have conversations. I like to say more or less that way with people that are willing to give you what it is you really truly need. So you get value when you come
Yeah.
to Let's Talk Strategies, not just fluff. You get information that you can take and implement in your life and your business
Yeah.
right away. But you got to understand this.
Yeah.
You got to do the work.
That's correct.
You make a choice and you make a decision. And so, as always, I invite you to come back and join us every Tuesday at 12 noon. You can download the app, the E360 TV app, so that you can know what's going on at all times. You can watch us on YouTube at Let's Talk Strategies. You can find me on LinkedIn. I love hanging out. That's how I found and met Coach T, right on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And just know that anytime you are in need of information that will help you go from overwhelmed to simplifying, automating, systematizing, and streamlining your business, you can come and check me out. My name is Danette Moss, business systems and implementation strategist, aka the strategy lady on most social media platforms. And I am here to help you go from overwhelmed to getting your SaaS on. That's exactly what simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline is. It's time for you to get your SaaS on in your life and in your business. I'm ready to help you go from that stop and start in your life and business to putting your business on rinse and repeat. Let's make it happen. Come back here on a weekly basis to get the information you need. You never know who you might hear from. I'm sure Coach T will be back one day soon because there's going to be something else I need to learn from. And if
Honored to do it.
I know she's going to need to come. She wouldn't mind giving it. If I need it, y'all going to
Not at all.
right. So again,
Love it.
thanks so much for joining me here on Let's Talk Strategies with Danette Moss. Until next time, you all take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Are you feeling overwhelmed in your business, struggling to find the right balance? Try Digital CEO Systems, the all-in-one business management, sales, and marketing platform. With Digital CEO Systems, you can streamline your business, automate your processes, and achieve sustainable growth. Ready to take control of your business? Sign up now for our 14-day trial and experience the power of Digital CEO Systems. Don't let overwhelm hold you back. Transform your business today with Digital